I was able to escape a 9 to 5 life since 21. And ever since, I've been living the happiest, most fulfilling, full of freedom type of life. And today, let's talk about how you can create the same thing. It's no news to anybody that our generation does not want to have a job. We don't want to work. Every single day I come across different posts on social media highlighting different statistics saying that our generation, we want to have a soft life. We want to prioritize our freedom, travel, family, friends over climbing a corporate ladder and hustling at a 9 to 5. I came to this conclusion when I was about 20 years old. I was looking at everybody else out there and I was like, I don't want to live like this. I know that if I keep working 9 to 5 for another 5, 10, 20, 40 years, like most people out there, I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to waste my life building somebody else's dream and never really get to experience joy, fulfillment, passion, freedom myself. And you're probably watching this because you're like me. You didn't want to waste your best years hustling for somebody else. You know that there's better solutions out there. You see people, young people, travel the world, live these amazing lifestyles, making money online. And you're like, well, if that's possible for them, why not me? So I will take you today step by step how I made it happen for myself, how I saw so many people go through the same process and create a lifestyle of freedom, financial stability for themselves. And I personally helped hundreds of people create additional part-time, full-time income all from online worldwide. All this to say I have quite a bit of experience in what I'm talking about. I hope you take notes. I hope you apply. And I also encourage you guys to check out my website for additional resources if you want to dive deeper into the world of online income and you want to start making things happen for yourself. My lips are feeling dry. Give me a second. I'm gonna put some gloss on. So, what is the step one? Where do we begin? You begin with identifying what it is exactly that you want. You start with why. There is a book written on this exact topic, Start with Why, Find Your Why. And it basically highlights the importance of understanding what are you driven by? What is your purpose? What is your deep-seated desires? Because when you identify what you truly want, nothing will stop you. Did you ever experience a situation in life where you truly wanted something? You wanted something so badly that it hurts. It hurts. And then within a very short period of time, you actually get it. And you're like, this is miracle. I don't understand how it actually happened, but you got it. And most people, at least once in life, have experienced it. If you haven't, then you probably either didn't want it bad enough or you didn't believe that you can have it. Because those are two contradicting things when it comes to manifestation. You need to know what you want, but you also need to believe that you can actually have it. If you don't believe you're worthy, you don't believe you're capable, it won't happen. That's just how it works. It's manifestation 101. When I was 21 and I was getting started, I knew that I truly wanted to travel and I wanted to have financial stability and freedom to do so. My job was not allowing me to do that more than twice a year or so. I did not have enough money to do that. And when I was thinking about my future, like I already mentioned, when I was imagining myself going to the same 9 to 5 for years and years and years, and slaving away, building somebody else's early retirement, it was making me miserable. Just the thought of it was making me miserable. So it's like I deeply wanted to be financially independent, to be free and not have to work for somebody else. If I want to work for somebody else, it's different. But I never wanted to have no other option but working a job. But how do we make it happen? Easier said than done, right? Because if anybody could just quit their jobs and do something else, a lot more people would do it. But the reason they don't is because they think they don't have other option, or they don't want to see that other option because they don't want it bad enough. This is why the first step is so crucial. When you want it bad enough, opportunities will show up, the right people will come in your life. You will open yourself up to things that you never even noticed before, but were right in front of you, like things that you could do, take action on in order to start moving closer to your desired life. So step 2, find a vehicle. Find a vehicle that is capable to get you where it is that you want to go. If, let's say in my case, I knew I wanted freedom, I knew I wanted a lot of money, and I knew I wanted to travel. What job would ever give me this? If I'm working a job, automatically a huge part of my freedom is gone because I have to follow somebody else's schedule. I have to be in certain places at a certain times. I have to clock in, clock out. And second thing also wouldn't be possible, which is financial stability, independence, because you're always capped when you're working a job. No matter how good you are, you will always have a limit of how much you can make per hour, and it's always you having to trade your time for money. So automatically, job was just not an option. And at the time, I was actually studying university. I was going to become a psychologist. And I was like, why am I even doing this? If I know that my dream life that I'm trying to create is not possible whatsoever through having a job, why am I even putting so much efforts towards getting this degree? But obviously at the time I was just doing what we are supposed to be doing, what my parents wanted me to do, because I didn't see other options. So if the job is not an option, what other options I have? Well, in this case, you need to understand the 4 ways you can produce income, because only 2 of them can actually lead to financial freedom. This is something I talk more about inside my free guide. I've created a free guide on best ways to make money online in 2024. And inside that free guide, you will find a masterclass where I explain the different ways you can make money and which ones will lead to financial freedom, because not all of them will, and you might be wasting your time slaving away at a job that is not building towards the life that you want. So if you're somebody who is on that journey trying to improve your life, looking for different options, check out my free guide. I will link it below, and I promise you, you won't be able to look at the world the same way. Let's go back to the 4 ways you can produce income. This is crucial because this is where you will find your vehicle. If you want the life of freedom, you need a vehicle that is scalable, that can give you passive and residual income and doesn't require you to trade your time for money for the rest of your life. The 2 options you have in order to produce this type of income is being a business owner and being an investor. You can do one or another, you can do both. Most people I know do both when they want fast success. This is what I've done at 21. I've started my business and I started to learn how to trade and invest in the financial markets in order to create the life that I'm living today. Step 3, fully commit to the process. Fully commit to this vehicle to build this up. Because like I said, it's going to be hard at first. It's going to be demotivating to see you work so hard, put so many hours in and 0 results from it. But you need to trust the process, and you need to remember that whatever you're doing today will keep paying you in the future. So it's okay if it doesn't pay right now, because you will still collect all of this money later on. Who cares? But very few people have this discipline, patience, inner trust and belief in their abilities. And I see a lot of people walk away, give up too fast. But that's the reason there is 10% and there is 90%. And 10% of population makes more money than that whole 90% combined. I don't know about you, but I'm willing to do some extraordinary work in order to have extraordinary life and be part of that 10%. Honestly, this step 3 is mostly about mindset. If you have a solid mindset, you have a belief in yourself, you know you're worthy of success, you know that it's just a matter of time, and you have developed a strong work ethic, you're good. You will be fine. Now, step 4 is very important as well. This is where you are going to make sacrifices and shifts necessary to make space for this new life to come in. Because a lot of us sometimes hold so tightly to the life we used to have, to the people we used to be friends with, to the things that we used to do, to our old habits, and then we just expect that new things will come in. They won't, because there is no space for it. And to make space, sometimes you need to make the sacrifices, which honestly, only at that moment as you're doing it will seem as a sacrifice. But over time, you're going to be like, oh my God, this was like a blessing in disguise. I'm so glad I did it, because otherwise I wouldn't have ended up where I am today. Let me give you an example. When I was 21, when I was looking for ways to make money online, and I came across the business that I'm building today, I came across this platform that teaches financial literacy, and it taught me how to trade and invest in the financial markets. I was about 4 months in, not even, like 2 months in, when I made a decision that I need to quit my full-time job in order to go all in this. I saw the potential. I saw that it was gonna make all of my wildest dreams come true if only I commit and make the sacrifices necessary. The only way I could make it happen is if I quit my job that I was working at the time, which was about 50 to 60 hours a week. Very time consuming, and definitely was taking my energy and attention away from building the business. So to make that happen, at the time, I needed to make a huge sacrifice, but today I'm so grateful that I did. I basically moved out of my place because I was living alone. I was paying all of my bills. I was fully independent. I moved out from that place I was living at and back into my parents' basement. I was living on a mattress on the floor, and my things were like all in the garage. And for probably 5 months, I was living like that. I didn't have a job. I was just working, hustling, learning, improving, and the results started to show up. It's crazy. When you put your mind to something and you fully commit, you make the sacrifices, you make the necessary mindset shifts, it's like almost a miracle. Within 4 months, the 4 months that followed me quitting my job, I achieved probably like 100 times more than what I achieved in the 4 months prior that. And within 6 to 8 months of building my business, I became a 6-figure earner. I was able to buy my own place, no longer rent, but buy my own condo, buy my dream car, travel every single month, and just completely changed my life. So I don't know what it's going to be for you. I don't know what sacrifices you need to make. Maybe in your case it's going to be smaller. Maybe it's just watching less Netflix and working on something else on the side. Maybe, switching your music to podcasts while you're commuting to work. It can be lots of different things, but I promise you that it's only in the beginning it's going to feel like a sacrifice and it's like a tedious thing to do, but over time you're going to fall in love with the process of getting better and becoming that next version of yourself. And finally, step 5, and I feel like I already spoke about it a little bit in the previous steps, is detaching yourself from the results and fully trusting that it will come in the right time, in the right way. And you cannot, where you are at right now, you cannot predict how it's going to play out, because you don't have the mindset and the brain of that future you. So you can't predict. But all you can do at that stage is simply trusting, knowing that you have what it takes, knowing that the right steps will align in front of you. And I don't know about you guys, if you believe in God, you should pray and you should, believe that God will send you onto the right path. If you believe in universe, I'm personally not religious, so I don't pray to God, but instead I believe that the universe is guiding me. But in the end of the day, I think it's all the same thing, but different people see it different ways. It's funny how we all refer to the same thing, but we just call it different names. Religious people call it God, spiritual people call it universe, and scientists and atheists call it quantum physics. But in the end of the day, we're all referring to the same thing. In my case, the spirituality completed the package. Because I was working hard, I was doing my part, I was believing, I was very clear on what it is that I wanted. I was taking the steps necessary and putting myself out there and being uncomfortable and improving my mindset, growing as a person. But then there's always this little voice inside of you that is like, what if you're not good enough? What if it's not gonna work out? What if all this effort is a waste? What if, what if, what if? Those what ifs can totally be paralyzing and make you give up too soon. So having this deep belief there is something higher that is guiding you, that has your back, that will show you the right steps when you fully believe and you get clear on what it is that you want. This is when the certainty comes from, when you know it's gonna happen, because what you can't do, the universe, the God, the higher guidance will do for you. Following these 5 steps, I've created the life of my dreams. These 5 steps will, without a doubt, help you start moving towards your goals, escape the lifestyle that you don't want to live, get out of the rat race and start living by your own terms, designing the life that you truly, truly want for yourself. If you enjoy this type of content, I post daily on my social media, on Instagram and TikTok, about how to make money online, how to improve your lifestyle through manifestation, through learning high-paying skill sets, diversifying your income sources, the daily dose of information, inspiration, and motivation that you need to come closer to your goals. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click like, subscribe, don't miss future videos, and comment what you like best. Comment if this resonated with you, and I'll see you at the next one.